Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. So happy to have you here with us. This morning we continue celebrating. This time around, we celebrate with Trinbago because it's 60 years of Panorama. I want to welcome the president of Trinbago, Mrs. Beverly Ramsey-Moore, who joins us via Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Happy New Year to you and to all of Trinidad and Tobago.
Happy New Year to you as well, and all the best for the year. Now, this is a big year for Panorama, a big year for Trinbago. How are you feeling?
Excited, excited. You know, we have kicked off Carnival since November, where we've had our single pan bands and we've had the finals. And so we move right in to the new year with our small bands. And it's going to be a fantastic year for us as we celebrate our 60th anniversary of Panorama, which would have started in 1963.
Now, tell me some of the achievements that you have been able to say you can mark over the 60 years that at Trinbago you guys are very proud of.
Yes, well, you know, Pan was born out of struggle and out of resilience. And since we would have started in 1963 with just a few bands, today we can boast of over 153 bands. We now have Pania Judging, which is taking Pan to the community. As we like to say, Pan is community soul.
Yeah.
And you know that one of the greatest things for us is that Pania crawl. That Panyard crawl is something else, especially when we talk about the large band crawl, where thousands of people come out. You know, Pan is Trinidad and Tobago, and it's a sense of ownership that we feel, and the people are really, really patriotic. So we've done that. In terms of the prizes, imagine from since 1963 to now, we can boast of $1 million in prize monies going to our large band category, medium 600, 400, small, and coming down where we've just increased the single pan band to 300,000. And so there is a lot that we can boast of, especially now where pan is now all over the world. People are now having panoramas throughout the world. A number of countries are now looking at what we have put down at our template, and they are now having panorama during their carnival. So I think we have gone a long way, and it is something that we can be really proud of within recent times. And that too, I am so proud of the work that UTT and the University of Trinidad and Tobago, University of the West Indies, what they're doing with respect to bringing out a number of young musicians who are now practicing their trade in the various categories. We now have a number of young people who are now tuners and arrangers, and that is a significant achievement for us here in Trinidad and Tobago.
And of course, it's very important to be able to carry on that legacy so that we have tuners and arrangers coming out from each generation as we continue to go forward. One of the things that I know this year we celebrate, and the theme is nothing sweeter than Pan. What does that theme signify to Trinbago, and what does it mean for us as a country?
Nothing sweeter than Pan. Pan in itself is an instrument that is so therapeutic. The music is happy music. It is one that unites. I mean, when you think about what happens in that North Stand and on that fantastic, or we call it our Savannah party. When you think of what happens with Trinidad and Tobago, there is no color, there is no division. It just brings and unites us together. So we are saying nothing sweeter than Pan. And we believe that we should even move even further, that Pan heals. And for 2023 and beyond, we believe that we have to really go back in the community and use that sweetness and that healing power of Pan to assist in transforming our communities and in transforming the lives of our people, to use it to eradicate poverty, to eradicate crime. You know, Pan prosperity, not only musically or financially, but socially. And I think we are going to definitely concentrate on the various impacts that we can create with that sweet pan that we have here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Definitely. And one of the impacts that we're going to make is 30 bands coming out this Saturday for the small conventional band semi-final. Tell me the plan for this Saturday. What's happening How is it happening? How can we get tickets? Give me the full rundown.
Right. So the plan for Saturday is at 4 p.m. at Victoria Square. We have 30 semi-finalists in the small band category. They are going to come out to fight for a spot in that final 14. I can tell you that the excitement is just boiling over in this category. We start at 4 p.m. sharp. We invite Trinidad and Tobago to purchase the tickets. You can go online, purchase the tickets. You can also get on our social media pages and see all the information. Purchase your tickets also at Queen's Park Savannah at our Treasury Department. We have tickets there for sale, and also at Trinbago's headquarters, corner of Duke and Melbourne Street. We are right there on the other side of Victoria Square, on not on the Park Street side, but on the opposite side. And you can purchase your tickets there, 150 for a ticket for a single and 200 for a couple. So we expect, and it's going to be very exciting. Our line minister, Randall Mitchell, called me yesterday, and he said he has some exciting news for PAN people. So I told him, well, you know what? You have to bring that news to the PAN community on Saturday. So our minister is going to be there. So if you want to know what that exciting news that minister has for Trinidad and Tobago, come down to Victoria Square on Saturday.
All right, fantastic. One of the things you mentioned before, Mrs. Ramsey-Moore, is you're going to use PAN, or you would like to be able to use PAN to eradicate poverty. I'm very interested in how those two things go together, because over the years, we often see or hear of the cry of the PAN man speaking about, having to go to lengths to find resources to be able to do what they need to do. How do we use the PAN to eradicate poverty?
All right, so PAN is community-based.
Mm-hmm.
PAN in itself, a Panyard practice in itself is just a community festival. And we are encouraging our band leaders. You have a wonderful orchestra. You use your orchestra not only for Panorama, but you use your orchestra in that sacred space in your community to generate revenue. So therefore, institutional strengthening and training and empowerment will play a critical role as we move forward. They have to understand you can't invest. I mean, when you walk in a panyard and you will see an orchestra setup, you're talking about four, five, $600,000 in instruments.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pack those instruments up and wait for Panorama to get some kind of government grant. You have to become creative in the space. So Pan Trinbago has a role to play in terms of equipping our membership as to how they can use the investment to generate revenue for their players. We've seen the model Trinidad All Stars, BP Renegades, all those major bands. We need to not only play for enjoyment or people like say Pan is waiting and people hardly like to pay to come into Pan events. Or we have to find a new way of doing things so that we can generate revenue in the space. When we generate revenue in the space, it's not only the Panyard will benefit, but all the businesses around the area will benefit. They too can provide employment for some of the persons in the community. So it's a spin-off that can trickle down into the very community, the economics of the community. And so we want to take a closer look at that in terms of being creative and impactful and empowering in 2023.
Definitely. We look forward to seeing how that plays out, and I encourage it and I support it definitely 100%. Recently, we would have lost a legend, an icon, and a defender of the culture and the pan in the form of Dr. Leroy Callis, the Black Stalin. Before we leave this morning, I just want to offer you the opportunity to extend some words on to Stalin or his family.
So on behalf of Pan Trinbago Central Executive or regional executives, and the entire Steel Pan community, we expressed our deepest condolences to the family of Black Stalin, who we are very close with. We know even his grandson, who is an arranger, and his wife. We've always been there, giving our support to them. We have lost an icon. We are so sad that he's gone home to meet his maker, but he is in a better place. I can tell you he is in a better place, and his memories will definitely live on. Long live the Black Stalin, lyricalist.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Beverly Ramsey-Moore, for joining us this morning, and congratulations in advance. I know on Saturday you're going to have a fantastic time
Yes,
inside the small conventional band semi-final. It's happening from 4 p.m. Yes?
yes,
4
yes,
p.m.
from
at
4 p.m.
Victoria Square in Port of Spain.
That's right, correct. And we look forward to Trinidad and Tobago joining us. Come out and support the young people in PAN, give them your support. And then the finals is on the 14th of January at the Queen's Park Savannah.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining us.
you.
Take care. All right, that's Mrs. Beverly Ramsey-Moore. She's the president of PAN Trinbago, just sharing with us what's happening this weekend. As far as Panorama is concerned, we're getting ready for the big one. But for now, it's the small conventional band semi-final happening this Saturday at Victoria Square. You don't want to miss it. We'll take a quick break and we come back with more. Stay tuned.